Y'all get ready.
Yes, you get ready.
Shout out to all my tea sippers out there. We are gathered here today to sip some tea, honey. So make sure you guys have your teacups ready because you already know this tea is what? Piping hot. Hey, you guys, I hope you guys are doing good today. So I wanted to come on here and spill some extra tea, honey, okay? This is kind of like an update / part 2 to all the drama that's been going on between Spoken Reasons and Emmanuel Hudson, okay? So if you guys watched the video that I did like an hour-long breakdown, honey, of their whole beef. You know, I showed the receipts. I showed the backstory. I basically broke everything down. In that video, I also spoke about a woman on Twitter named Get Right by Lisa. And she had started this long thread in response to Emmanuel Hudson. And Emmanuel Hudson ended up retweeting it and everything else. And basically, that's how her thread went viral. And in that thread, she was accusing Spoken Reasons of a lot of stuff, but mainly she was accusing him of not crediting her for her hard work. She also stated that, you know, he didn't do nothing for her, didn't take her out to dinner, didn't, you know, nothing, just basically used her image, didn't let nobody know her name on Instagram. You know, there was no credit in the video. He didn't credit her videographer. And so that part of this story, like I said in my initial video, I hadn't spoken to Spoken Reasons. I had spoken to him 2 days before this, you know, concerning the whole Emmanuel Hudson situation. So I hadn't spoken to him concerning the Lisa situation. So the entire thing just did not sit well with me at all. So I ended up talking to him. And I was like, look, okay, you know, I understand the whole Emmanuel Hudson thing. Y'all are two grown men. That's between y'all, you know, for y'all to figure it out. I felt like my video was very unbiased and very fair, you know, especially being that he's somebody that I do talk to. I still had to keep it real because, once again, right is right, wrong is wrong, okay? So I asked him, I said, what is going on with this whole situation with Get Right by Lisa? I said, because that's not sitting well with me at all. Because I've even told you guys in previous videos the things I've gone through when I used to live in LA, you know, where you would submit for like different castings, you know, music videos and, you know, acting gigs. And I remember I had told you guys about how, you know, I had submitted myself, you know, for a music video and I got picked as, you know, like the friend or whatever. And so there was a set amount of pay. And then when it came to me getting my details for the video shoot, you know, we're going back over everything, you know, the location, the call time, all that stuff. And I always go back over the pay because people in LA think they're slick. And so as soon as I said, okay, so am I getting the X amount or X amount? You know, which friend am I in the video? All of a sudden, honey, here comes all this mush mouth bullshit. And, oh, well, you know, we ran over budget and, you know, we don't have enough to pay the girls and, you know, y'all will just be credited. But don't worry, you'll get exposure because it's going to be on World Star Hip Hop. I stopped his ass right there. I'm a grown woman, okay? I know I look young, but I'm not 18, okay? My gas tank does not eat exposure. My damn 15-year-old at the time who was living with me in LA, he doesn't eat exposure. We need a damn check, okay? And being that they couldn't provide me with a check, as a grown woman, I said, well, you know what? This ain't worth it. I know my worth, and I'm not about to sit on nobody's set for upwards of 12 hours and help some rapper who I know got money get richer, but he can't even break me off a few $100s. I'm out. So I turned it down, right? So when I seen that, what was going on with her, that bothered me as a woman. So I asked him, I said, okay, what is up with this whole Lisa situation? Because, you know, why was she not credited? Why didn't you, you know, put her Instagram name in the description? Why didn't you credit her in the video? You know what I'm saying? If you weren't going to pay her, that's the least you could have done. And he was very upset about the situation. He said basically Lisa lied. Okay. I said, okay, Spoke, let me stop you right there. You're saying that she lied. I need to see receipts, okay? I don't deal in, well, you know, this was a year ago, and I think what happened was, I need receipts, Pooh, okay? And, you know, to his credit, he brought me the receipts. When I tell you he emailed me about 50 times, it took him a while. Now, this wasn't like no 10-minute situation. Literally was up till 1 o'clock in the morning sending me receipts of everything he told me. And basically, he feels like Lisa jumped on this looking, you know, to ride this wave of everybody attacking him and, you know, going against him with Emmanuel Hudson because it would help her, you know, get some attention and notoriety because she's jumped several thousand followers since E-Man retweeted her. His shout out and his retweets is what, you know, really gained her steam, right? And so he was like, she's just clout chasing. I said, well, I don't understand what happened. And so he basically stated that he was shocked because he's worked with this girl several times. And she did admit in that thread that she did do 3 videos with him. Now, I had assumed when she says 3 videos, these were back to back, like within like in 1 month, she did one like every single weekend. He said, no, these were spread out. She did a video this month, and then a few months later, she did another one. So that got me to thinking, if somebody is shitting on you the first time, okay, and you have enough time to process it, why would you go back and work with them 2 more times, especially after several months, and especially when you're not being paid? You know what I'm saying? So she was clearly looking for exposure. He sent me a screenshot where he replied back to her thread showing their text message conversation about how she was excited and wanted to work with him. And so she didn't reply back. He also stated that he called her that same day because he still has her number. She was following him on Twitter and on Instagram, and I did see that they were following each other. He called her the same day. She refused to answer the phone. He sent me those screenshots as well. Now, what's even more bothersome with this situation is I said, well, what about the other girls? Are the other girls complaining or saying anything? He said, no, everybody knew what it was. There's another girl in the video. Her name is Built by Bianca. And in that video, he allowed her to wear her brand. She has her fitness brand on her shirt, with her logo and everything. So if he wasn't trying to give credit, why would he allow somebody else to slip their brand in the video? So he gave all of them an opportunity to do that. Bianca is the one who came through, to represent her own brand. I said, well, why is she making it seem like you gave her no credit? I said, because she posted a screenshot of underneath your video and it didn't show the credit. He said that wasn't the full screenshot. She only posted so much and the screenshot was cut off. He said, if you go to the full video, you will see that her name and everybody's @ is listed, right? And I said, but when did you put that in there? Did you put that in there, once you dropped the video? Or did you go back and, insert it? He said, no, that was always there. I said, okay, fine. And then he said, matter of fact, her name is in the video. She is credited in the video. I said, what do you mean? He said her name and the videographer's name is credited in the video. Now, that means a lot because on YouTube, you can now go into a video on YouTube and re-edit it and add a name to it. So all of those names in his videos were there from the time he uploaded the video. He said that the way he does, and this is how people do it in LA as well. Whenever you're credited in a video, we use your real first name and last name. Why? Because at any point in time, you could wake up one day and say, you know what? I don't want to be Lovelyti no more. I want to be, Sexy T. Damn it, I done grew up. And so you have that old handle on there that you're no longer using. It doesn't hold as much weight. Whereas if it's your real name, that can go onto your IMBD credit, and people will always know that that's you because it has your real first and last name. So no matter how many times you change your social media handle, your name is always going to be the same, right? So that's how he did it, and that's how I've done it in videos as well. When I've had other people shoot my videos, like when I did the whole Black Panther meetup event, I had everybody's name in there credited who helped out. So I understood what he was saying with that. So her name is in the video. She was credited, and her social media links are also down below. And he stated that it's been posted ever since. And my thing is, if she took this screenshot that same day, her name and everybody's social media would have been, noted in there. So that lets me know that she was on some sneaky stuff by not clicking show more on YouTube, where it shows everybody's, credit and their handle and everything else. Okay. So to me, I really feel like Get Right by Lisa was clout chasing from the receipts that he sent me. And what's even worse is this. I also asked him about the videographer. I said, okay, so she said she bought her videographer. Why did you take his memory card? Because I'm an editor as well. And for me, when I do videography and editing, you're not taking my memory card. So what was up with that? He said the guy was only hired to hold the camera. He was never hired to be an editor. And him and the guy, they had a different conversation that had nothing to do with Lisa. So it was Spoken Reason's memory card, not the videographer's memory card. Hence why he had no problem giving Spoken Reasons a memory card. A real videographer is not going to hand over their memory card. You're just not. Nobody's going to punk me to take some shit that I done filmed that I'm going to get ready to edit. So that is why he gave him the memory card, is because it was his card. The only thing that the videographer was to do was to hold the camera and film the different angles. That was it. He was not going to be the editor because Spoken Reasons is his own editor and he's been editing from day one. He would not give that project to somebody else. So I said, okay, well, show me where he's credited in the video. Once again, you can see the guy's name, Samuel Lagura, showing, and I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but showing that he was credited in the video, but the girl Lisa was claiming that her videographer, who was Samuel, was not credited. But then he bought even more receipts. But then he went on to say this. He said, and on top of that, I paid him. So he was paid to hold the camera. I said, oh, you paid him? Because she didn't mention that. He said, I did pay him. I said, okay, so this is what I need you to do. I'm going to need you to grab me the receipt of where you paid him. I want to see this for myself. Now, it took him about 2 hours, okay? He went through his Cash App. He couldn't find it. He ended up going through his bank statement. And he went back, a whole year. He found the payment, and he did, in fact, pay Samuel LaGuerrera $50. Now, anybody who's an editor knows, ain't nobody taking $50 to edit a video. Especially a video like that. That would take at least a week and a half worth of work. I'm not going to do that for under $400, period. So for him to pay him $50, that was simply for holding the camera and filming the scenes. So as you see, the name of the company, it's a photography company, and it's Samuel LaGuerrera. That's his website. And if you see his bank statement from 4/15/2019, it shows that he paid Sosis Media, which is owned by Samuel LaGuerrera, who is Lisa's videographer. All right, so you guys just saw that. So this entire situation, this is the things that bother me, is that when stories go viral on social media, you have people who try and jump on the train to try and get followings and attach themselves to certain things. This is no different than when the baby and his baby's mother were going through their breakup and she announced to the world that he had gotten somebody else pregnant. And all of a sudden, this random chick comes out the blue claiming to be the pregnant woman, only to find out a week later she was not the pregnant woman. She had made it all up. And I feel like this is the same situation where Lisa came out the blue. She seen this was a viral story and she decided to, crank it up a notch and jump on it. And he showed text messages of him calling her the same day. She refused to answer the phone call. And this is the stuff I don't like. You know what I'm saying? I don't like disingenuous shit. Because in my personal opinion, if somebody didn't do anything wrong to you and you're trying to jump in something and lie on them, that's not a good look. Because you make it harder for the next girl who actually is a real victim, who's actually not paid or credited for her work. Lisa was not only credited, but she also worked with Spoken Reasons 2 more times and was also credited in those videos as well. So that's not cool. I don't like that. And so when I asked him about it, and he sent me the receipts, I was like, well, I'll do an update. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only fair. Because once again, right is right, wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? I stand by everything I said in my Emmanuel Hudson video, honey. Okay, that's not changing. But as far as this situation with him and Get Right by Lisa, I have to put the truth out there because that's not okay. Especially when I'm being given receipts where she was credited, her name is in there, and her videographer was not only credited, but he was also paid. And I don't know if she knew that, but he had receipts showing that. So this entire situation is a hot damn mess. But, like I said, I wanted to be fair to him because I hadn't talked to him and asked him, about that situation. So I wanted to, bring that up. But unfortunately, this is what happens, with social media. And that's not cool because when you do that, you mess up the truth. You convolute stuff and you add things to it. Was he wrong in that Emmanuel Hudson situation? In my personal opinion, yes. In this situation with Lisa, he was not wrong. He did nothing to her. And you, Miss Lisa, you're a clout chaser and you've been exposed, okay? So anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire crazy situation, honey, concerning Spoken Reasons, basically bringing receipts about everything that went down with Get Right by Lisa. Because I know a lot of women were very mad about that. Even some of my bloggers were hitting me up like, what I'm saying? What's up with this? Why would he do it? I'm like, I don't know. I ain't got nothing to do with that. So, but let me find out, So that's what happened. He did nothing to her. She just wanted to, jump on a viral trend. Because, again, it's not a good look. And I'm going to be fair and do an update on the situation because I'm not going to let that lie linger. I wouldn't do it to anybody else, so I wouldn't do it to him, especially when he bought receipts for the situation. So, again, like I said at the beginning of this video, right is right, wrong is wrong. So anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. And last but not least, make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you can be down with the notification squad. So let me know your thoughts on this entire situation. How do you guys feel about this? How do you feel about him bringing receipts? And how do you feel about her not being truthful and honest about what really went down? So go ahead and leave a comment. All right, deuces.